With 2019 coming to an end and NXT in its third month on USA Network, WWE's third brand is pulling out all the stops to ensure there is a memorable show delivered to close the calendar year next week. Wednesday night's show set that up perfectly as NXT spent a significant amount of time developing the two main matches on the show, with the NXT Championship and Women's Championship both set to be defended on December 18. Wednesday night saw the crowning of a number one contender to champion Adam Cole, while the broadcast also spent time building up both women's champion Shayna Baszler and challenger Rhea Ripley. In addition to a number one contender being named in a fantastic main event, the show opened with the Cruiserweight Championship being defended in one of the best television matches of the year from WWE, NXT, AEW or anyone in the United States. So what went down Wednesday night on NXT? Keep on reading for full results from the show, and be sure to check out our WWE TLC pay-per-view preview in the audio player below. Finn Balor def. Keith Lee, via pinfall, and Tommaso Ciampa to become the number one contender for the NXT Championship. Lee hit the first big move with a diving crossbody over the top rope. Ciampa hit a double widow's bell for a 2 count and then drove Balor into Lee with an air raid crash. It did not take long before Lee used his size to his advantage, tossing around both his competitors, but Ciampa and Balor eventually teamed up to slam Lee to the canvas off the top rope. As Ciampa was attempting to hit an avalanche air raid crash on Balor, Lee got under Ciampa's legs to hit an electric chair at the same time. Lee hit Ciampa with a jackhammer, but Balor reversed a similar attempt into a pinning combination for a 2.7. Lee then lifted Balor for a spirit bomb, but Balor escaped midair for a falling coup de grace on Lee. A true coup de grace missed Ciampa, as did an attempted spirit bomb. Ciampa somehow lifted Lee for an incredible air raid crash but only got a 2.8. Lee slammed Ciampa and nailed a moonsault but only got a near fall of his own. As Lee planted Ciampa with a spirit bomb, Balor flew in from out of nowhere with a coup de grace on Lee for the win. The finish was perfectly booked as Balor needed to go over in his second match since returning to NXT, and Lee was well positioned to take the fall as he was blinded to Balor's leap. Well done top to bottom. Grade A. Cruiserweight Championship Angel Garza def. Lio Rush, C, via pinfall to win the title. The high-octane match included a springboard moonsault to the outside by Rush and later an avalanche Spanish fly by Garza. Later, a pair of super kicks led the men to collapse on their own. Rush hit Garza's finisher, the wing clipper, for a 2.8 count just as Garza did Rush's springboard cutter earlier in the match. Rush countered an electric chair with a springboard cutter for a 2.5 count and tried to take advantage with a final hour, but Rush was unable to grab Garza for the pinfall as the challenger slipped out of the ring with his removable pants sliding off. Rush got risky with a final hour to the outside, but Garza lifted his knees and rolled Rush back into the ring for the wing clipper, which the champion kicked out of at 2.9. An angry Garza immediately grabbed a prone Rush for a wing clipper style reverse full Nelson submission to take the strap. What can you say? Excellent story, flawless action, incredible finish. Rush did a great job with the title for the last few months, but Garza is the future and needs the elevation. After the commercial break, NXT revealed that Garza proposed to his girlfriend in the middle of the ring. Grade A+. What else happened on NXT? Promos were aired throughout the evening for the three competitors in the number one contendership match as well as champion Shayna Baszler and challenger Rhea Ripley ahead of their women's title match next week. Raul Mendoza def. Cameron Grimes via pinfall. Mendoza attacked at the bell with a springboard tornado to the outside, but Grimes quickly took advantage with a crossbody Spanish fly in the middle of the ring. However, as Grimes was setting up a quick finish, Kushida came out to distract him. Mendoza caught him with a Hurricane Rana folded into a pinning attempt to pick up his first big-time win as Kushida continued to taunt Grimes after the match. Grade C. Travis Banks def. Jackson Ryker def. Via pinfall, the quick match saw Banks use his speed and athleticism to avoid Ryker as much as possible. He eventually surprised him with Slice of Heaven off the ropes for the shocking win. Grade, C. Dakota Kai Def. Mia Yim via pinfall, Kai kicked out of Code Blue and was able to roll out of the ring after being hit with Protect Ya Neck, avoiding defeat. That led a frustrated Kai to grab the Tegan Nox knee brace she carried to the ring, but as the referee grabbed it from her and threw it outside the ring, Kai removed the top turnbuckle, drove Yim into it and rolled her up. An infuriated Yim chased Kai into the audience and atop the production table, eventually driving her through a table below. Unfortunately, the women were supposed to fall through a pair of tables, and it looked like the back of Kai's head bounced off one of them. The match was nothing special, but the spot after was noteworthy albeit dangerous. Grade, C+. Breezango Def. Singh brothers via pinfall, Fandango hit an avalanche falcon arrow from the corner and another as a springboard off the top rope, but the pin attempt got interrupted. A slam on the ring apron followed by a top rope leg drop got the job done. Breezango was more aggressive than we are used to seeing, and it provided an interesting dynamic. Grade, C+. Bianca Belair Def. Kaden Carter via pinfall, good back and forth action with Carter getting some shine despite Belair clearly being the one getting over. Belair hit the KOD for the 1-2-3. Grade, C+.